Okay, so what's your own concept of the course outline?
Well, like I saw your course outline. First and foremost, let me explain to you the concept of AI, and I will use the context of a company to explain it. A company is an AI, and then all the employees that you have in the company, they all represent the apps that this AI is going to interact with in order to tell the story. Now, every human being in this physical dimension is telling a story. That is what every human being is doing. Now, where are they getting their data from? The data is in the database. Now, AI is not new. AI is not new at all. The Bible context has always been around intelligence. When you look at all those names like grace, you look at the concept of faith, you look at the concept of prayer. Now, grace actually means database. Faith means data. Mercy means information. So information that you gather from data. Now, forgiveness is actually the network, as in the path to the database, which is grace. So when it talks about you coming into the throne of grace to obtain mercy, so it's actually talking about you coming to pick the data that is in database, then passing it through functions and procedures to give you information that you will need. Now, what your course outline is actually going to do to you is to help you understand, as in your course outline, the courses are tools that will enable you connect to the database, obtain those informations, bring them down to the physical dimension, and express them in form of a story. That is what every human being is doing. Every human being goes to the database, pull out data, and expresses them in form of stories. There are tools you will need to achieve this. And each of these courses represent those tools. Just like your telephone has apps, and the screen is what you use in seeing those apps. But that is not where they are. This world that you are looking at, note, I didn't say Earth. I said this world that you are looking at is like your telephone screen. It's like a computer screen. What happened is that your physical body is just like any of those apps. When we are looking at the context of the world now, your physical body is just like any of those apps. Do you understand? But you are not residing on the screen. You have your true location. You are just being projected on the screen. That is what is happening to your phone. Those apps that you are looking at are projected on the screen. That is not where they are living. So the same thing with you as a human being. You are being projected into this world. You are not living in this world. The world is a screen. Do you understand?
So,
Now, your course outline is to enable you, there are tools that will enable you go to the database, pick data, convert them to information, bring them to the physical dimension, and then we see it. Remember when Jesus Christ said, you can look at the cloud and know that it is going to rain? Because that is the screen, meaning you are able to tell the gathering of what is about to produce the rain. Same thing too with your outward characters or events, outward events. The things that happen to you are the things that enable you to understand how you are aligned in your location. So the fact remains that all those your course outlines, they are actually inside of you, but you don't know where they are located. You remember the concept of the red pill and the blue pill
yeah, the matrix.
in Matrix, where Morpheus was telling Neo that if you take the red pill, that means you are about to know how deep the rabbit hole is.
Yes.
Now, the truth is that that red pill was actually to enable them locate the true location of Neo. So when they extracted him among the body farm or that human farm where the body came out and they unplugged him, it was that red plate that enabled them locate him.
So they didn't know where it was.
They didn't know where he was before. So what the school is to do to you with your course outline, they are trying to locate inside of you each of those courses. That is what the school is trying to do. The school is trying to locate where each of those courses are. So you as the administrator will now identify them inside of you. And then when you put them together, energy will flow into the physical dimension.
This concept you are giving, what if you are just trying to just generate revenue and just let the student be after they've gathered their money from students and take their share and pay their staffs and all of those, just let them be? What if that's their own concept?
Now, the concept of them generating revenue actually came up later. Originally, that wasn't it. Take Facebook, for example. When Facebook initially started, they were not generating revenue, right? It was an app that we were using to connect to friends. It took them a while, many years later, before they could come up with revenue model that advertisers could now come on board to start paying them. Do you understand? Now, the concept of generating revenue wasn't what they started with. The concept of education was to help you understand how to access the database, pull the data, and then use that data to tell your story. Like I said before, every human being or every human activity is storytelling. You put on your television, all the channels that you are looking at are telling you one story or the other. You look at this wall, which is a bigger screen. Every human being is telling you a story. Your course outline is a tool, or there are tools that enable you to get data into the database and bring data out from the database. And then you convert those data to information to tell your story.
But they don't see it that way.
Who doesn't see it that
I
way?
mean, we, the students, the way we see it is okay, just come to school, we go through all these courses, study, finish, pass exam, then we move. Also, only few of us that will actually go back to go and learn this thing bit after the other to make money.
Okay.
But the actual reality is that you will just, after reading and passing, it's gone. That semester is over. It's over. That's what we
All
have
right.
passed and move on.
Okay.
That's not the way they are making
That
us to
that that
understand
is
it.
actually the failure of this type of education. Education is actually the study of one thing in relation to another. You look at this canvas. Initially, it was plain, right?
Mm.
Somebody looked at it, saw the plain platform, and decided to paint it different colors. This is now information. The person was able to gather data and then put them on this white canvas or whatever color it was initially and brought out this information. Now, education is simply the study of the relationship between all these different colors and this canvas. So that at the end of the day, is a complete circuit from the source to the destination. So your you forgetting what you've been taught is because of the way you were taught. And nobody was actually explaining to you that these are tools that you will need in life. The fact remains that everything I'm using to do my job today are the things that I was taught in school. Sometimes when I look at your book, sometimes when I look at the children's book, I see that whatever is in your book is what I'm using to do my job. So it's not just about the semester being over and then you forget. No, you won't forget. You will later realize that everything that you are being taught, you will need them. And if you had understood that earlier, you will have known that it's simply about there is a problem and where is the solution? It's in the database. So how do we get to the database? These are the tools we need. We'll get to the database, we'll pull out those data, we put them together, they give us information, and then we display. That is basically what everything is all about. So from source to destination,
Destination.
the tools that you need to go from source to destination and from destination back to source are simply the courses that you are being taught in school. So they are not irrelevant. They are all very, very relevant, and you will use them throughout your life.